Hi everyone, my name is Maria and welcome back to Vixens Victorious. This will probably be the last video until the Sun Cup Super Netball season begins. Unless there's other very important news, then I'll give you news updates between now and then. But Vixens are crowned the 2022 Team Girls Cup champions. I didn't get to watch all of them, but I got to watch the grand final, and to say it was very impressive. We didn't even have our full strength team because Kamwenda was out, Kira Austin's still out, and we have Summerson's a superstar, anyways. Love her. And we had Bachmeyer in the goal circle, so it wasn't even our full strength team, and we're still able to win against West Coast Fever, which has become a bit of a rivalry, which I like. But I will read you the report from the Vixens website. I will try to remember to put in the description down below. So if I'm looking here, that's why. The Melbourne Vixens are crowned Team Girls Cup champions after a narrow 2-goal win against West Coast Fever. It really did have 2020 vibes, I'm not gonna lie, because we did get to a big start and then, West Coast kind of came in through the end, but then we still held on. Intense to say the least. We won 45-43. It was goal for goal to start the opening term with both sides capitalizing on their centre passes. Ranhi Samuson found her groove after an earlier miss, while Janine Fowler imposed herself under the post. The Fever goal shooter was up to her usual tricks in the goal circle, but a former teammate, Olivia Lewis, stood tall, making the most of her aerial capabilities to wreak havoc. That's sort of that's very sweet, When you play against your old team, you generally want to win. It never, from my experience of watching team sports, you never really get that fairy tale ending of winning. But that would be nice for Olivia Lewis. The ever-growing combination of Samuson and Ruby Bachmeyer starred once more in the shooting duo, using their speed and smarts to swing the ball around to create a handy 2-goal buffer. A couple of consecutive super shots gave us the lead, but Sasha Glasgow answered the call up the other end of the Fever, bringing them back into the game. The second quarter saw much of the same, with the combo of Samuson and Bachmeyer working wonders under the post as the instruction of live wire Hannah Mundy paid dividends. Yes, it's great to have. I love Hannah Mundy so much. I'm such a fangirl. But she is a very important member of the team, and it's interesting to see how they're going to rotate Mundy, Watson, and Maloney. Especially Kate Eddy, so that we should see how that plays out throughout the season. Really excited to see how that pans out, because players get more breaks and then they're fresher for longer, and I feel like that's definitely a good thing for us since there's unlimited interchanges. Eventual play of the match, Kate Maloney's dodge style of defense won back plenty of ball as the Vixens raced out to a 4-goal lead midway through the second quarter, forcing Fever onto the back foot. The Vixens refused to take their foot off the pedal as the clock ticked down. I mean, why should you? To half-time, extending the lead to 7 goals on the back of Maloney's stamina and the defensive unit's relentless pressure. That's Maloney. We kind of expect that from Maloney, can be honest. She just never says die, just keeps going. She has a whole lot of passion, which I really admire about her, and which is why I love her as captain so much. Kate Eddy stole the show with a crafty intercept at circle edge, while Samuson continued to dazzle at the other end. Intensity was up heading into the third term, with the Vixens extending the lead to 8. A couple of fumbles allowed the Fever to inch their way back into the contest, but the Vixens managed to maintain composure. You must wonder if this is a fatigue thing, because they did play 3 games in a row, and Vixens play with such high intensity that maybe fatigue did come play into it, because as an athlete myself, when you fatigue, you're more likely to make mistakes. It's just a thing that happens. No matter how hard you train, fatigue just affects your skill set, and it's a little bit frustrating, but you know. The Fever came out firing in the final term, nailing the first couple of goals to reduce the deficit to just 4. The introduction of Zori Kansberg and Chelsea Pittman in the midcourt seemed to throw the Vixens off before they settled into the rhythm and adapt. With the scoreboard tightening, Liz Watson intercept was just the answer the Vixens needed to help steady the ship and claim victory. The Vixens Suncorp Super Netball campaign kicks off against the Queensland Firebirds in Brisbane on Sunday, the 27th of March. Our first home game will take place in round 3, as we will take on the Giants in Drunken Arena at Saturday, 9th of April. So just a few things I'd like to say about the season coming up. Since we are able to have a lot of like sort of interchanges just all around the court, you know, with mid-court with Maloney, Watson, Mundy, and Eddie, with the shooters with Austin, Kamwenda, Samuelson, Bachmeier, and then in the defending with Lewis, Mannix, and Weston. I feel like we can change those, and it's just they're all good players. So I feel like we could change players more often, you know, unsettle teams more easily, and just have fresher players for longer. I feel like, in my mind, I think that's how that works. I'm not a netball coach, but that's how I would use the team. But yeah, it should be really exciting to see what this new season brings. Hopefully we can get into contentions for the finals. I don't really like to put too much emphasis onto preseasons, but you know, that wasn't even our full strength team, because we still had, you know, we had Austin out and Kamwenda out, and they're probably arguably the 2 best shooters there. Samuelson coming in close to that. But yeah, all credit to Bachmeier and Samuelson over the weekend. But yeah, I can't say it enough, but I just can't wait to see what the season brings, because it definitely should be better than last season. But I guess theory looks nice, but we have to put it into practice. But yeah, that's it for me for now. As I said in the beginning, I'm not going to put any more videos until Suncorp Super Netball starts, or unless it's like any major update, then I'm going to update you guys on. But yeah, that's it for me for now. Goodbye.